Hello everybody, welcome back to G Views. I'm a 21-year-old cisgendered white girl who loves talking about movies and TV. As you can see, I'm in a different location. I'm in my uni house in Norwich. It's pouring down with rain outside, so it's a nice pathetic fallacy for the movie I'm going to be talking about. The film I'm going to be talking about is Wonder Woman 1984 or WW84, whatever. I watched this a few days ago. Before I left for uni, my mum and my dad were like, we should watch a film together, and I was like, I really want to watch Wonder Woman, and because the cinemas aren't open, we had to go on Sky Movies, and it's just come out in the UK. I think it's been out in the US for quite a few weeks now, so I was just really raring to go. So if you want to know my opinions on the film, then keep on watching. So Wonder Woman 84 was directed by Patty Jenkins, and she directed the first Wonder Woman as well. It stars Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman and Chris Pine as Steve Trevor, and Kristen Wiig as Barbara Minerva, and Pedro Pascal as Maxwell Lord. Got it. So I actually really enjoyed the first Wonder Woman. I think it was very empowering to see a female superhero. Of course, Gal Gadot looks beautiful as well, and I think she embodied Diana really well in the first one, and I especially loved Themyscira, the all-female island. It was just amazing to see badass women, warriors, and everything like that. So this is going to be a spoiler-filled review. I mean, all my reviews are spoilers. This movie is terrible. I mean awful. I'm so confused. Like, the first one was so good and this one is just terrible. I'm so confused what happened. I'll start with the opening. The opening I thought was the best part. It was Themyscira. It was like the Hunger Games, the Olympics. You have a young Diana going against these like big like tall adults, and Diana does really well, but then she cheats, and that's kind of like or she cuts a corner, and that's like the life lesson of the movie is like, don't cut a corner, or like it's like the truth will set you free. Yeah, it starts off really good, and then it cut to 1984 and she's like running, solving crimes. Like, it's really kind of campy. It's very Richard Donner's Superman-esque, and I was like, oh, this is quite cool. Like, the music's really cool, and there's this really cute girl, and Diana's like winks at her, and like, it's just really cute. And I was like, oh, this isn't bad. Why is everyone hating on this? And then the rest of the movie happens. My biggest problem with it is the messages it is saying to women, because this movie is not feminist at all. Wonder Woman is basically a side character almost. Like, she loses her powers because the whole thing is that they wish on this like stone thing, and she wishes for Steve Trevor to come back, even though it's been like 40 years. It's like, honey, get over it. They were together for like, what, a week? And she wishes for Steve Trevor to come back, and he comes back, but he comes back in the form of another person. So he is like, I don't know, it's like The Thing when they, like the movie The Thing, when they take over someone else's body. But she like has sex with this guy, and I'm like, consent? Like, this is like rape. Like, it's freaky. Why can they just bring Steve Trevor back? Like, just his body? Why did it have to be someone else? It was just really freaky. We didn't know this guy's backstory. Could be married, could be not into women. Like, the feminist thing, it kept talking about high heels and stuff, and Barbara Minerva is like the nerdy one, and no one likes her because she's got glasses and she wears different clothes. And I was like, what? Like, this is so stereotypical of films which came out in the 80s, but you can make a film in the 1980s and have modern values, because otherwise it's just extremely dated. And this is what it felt. It felt extremely dated, and it felt like women had to wear heels. They had to be one way, and I was like, no. It was so weird. Like, focused on high heels so much. It was just so weird. Like, oh, Barbara can't wear heels, and then when she wishes to be like Diana, she can now magically wear heels, and now really cool, and everyone likes her. And I was just like, what is it trying to say about women? I didn't appreciate it. Another huge thing was that when Steve Trevor comes back, he's the one doing everything. He's the one who drives. He's the one who flies a plane. He can just fly any plane, even though he died in like World War II. How would he be able to fly a jet or be able to ride a car when like cars have developed so much since when he was in the 40s? It just, like, so many plot holes. It just didn't make any sense. Diana starts losing her power, and then she basically isn't Wonder Woman for basically the whole movie, so it extremely drags. Like, there are scenes when he and her, like, he's like, you know, the fish out of water. It's like they switched, and he is like, wow, look at this, look at this, look at this. And it's so slow, like the pacing is so inconsistent, and it just drags so much. And then she's not Wonder Woman like till 100 minutes into the movie, legit. And then she's like weaker, and then she has to give him up, and then she gets her powers back, and then she gets this weird flight montage where it's so cringy. Like, the CGI is terrible. Like, you can so tell she's just like in a green screen going like this. Wait, that looks dodgy. And then at the end, like, Pedro Pascal, he's the one who's like, he wishes to be The Rock. Not The Rock. And he just keeps going crazy and crazy. And then at the end, Diana somehow uses her lasso to talk to the world. It just didn't make any sense. Like, he was communicating with the world without a camera, and it was just so confusing. Like, how the hell was he able to do that? Like, it's all about the electro things in the air. I was like, this does not make sense. I did year 10 physics. That did not make sense. It was just so confusing, the way that they were trying to construct the message that you can't have dreams, like you can't have wishes, and that truth is the only way. It was very like capitalist. It was very like, your life is good as it is. Don't try and imagine anything better than it is, because it's going to turn out shit. Some of the reviewers were like, it's really hopeful, this is what we need in COVID times. But no, I felt like it was showing humanity was horrible, and that every single wish they would ever have is to like kill someone, or like want someone to go away, or to have nuclear weapons and things like that. I was like, this is not hopeful at all. I
don't know what y'all are talking about.
I had so many problems with the score, because I think at the beginning it was really good because it was Hans Zimmer. The first one wasn't Hans Zimmer, but he comes back. And it's weird because he uses his score from Batman vs Superman in a scene, and I was like really taken out of the movie, because I was like, this is Batman vs Superman score. I know Wonder Woman was in that film, but this score wasn't from a Wonder Woman scene, it was from a Batman scene, so I was immediately taken out. And then when she's flying, and it's supposed to be kind of like when Superman starts flying, it's like this awe-inspiring moment, because I was like, Diana can fly. It uses another score, but it's not from Hans Zimmer, it's from someone else. And I was like, how is this allowed? Like, Hans Zimmer is an amazing composer. Like, I've listened to the Wonder Woman 1984 soundtrack afterwards, and it is really good. So I'm kind of confused. Like, when I was watching it, I wasn't paying attention to the score. It wasn't memorable, but when you listen to it on its own, it's really amazing. It's just very confusing. I don't know why he was reusing his old score and reused someone else's score. It was just like, what? So I think with everything from this movie, the anti-feminist stance, which is annoying because it is directed by a woman, it's focused on a female character, and the fact that Diana's whole plot is to do with a man and love. It's like, in loads of other male superhero films, the plot is never about romance, and I'm like, why does it always have to revolve around love? Like, why can't they just have a female friendship and love from a family or friends? Why does it have to be a man all the time? Yeah, so the anti-feminist stance, the bad direction, the bad pacing, the bad script. I'm gonna give Wonder Woman 1984 3 out of 10. It was just a massive letdown. I did go in with low expectations because of what everyone said, but God, it was bad. So anyway, guys, I hoped I gave you a little warning about Wonder Woman 1984. Maybe like wait for it to come on Amazon Prime or something, or maybe, you know, watch it in the deep dark web. I think on cinema it would have been better, but it was just really boring and way too long, way too long. Make sure to comment down below if you have any other movies or TV shows you want me to review. Someone did say Star Trek Discovery, so I will be starting to watch that very soon, and I'll let you know my thoughts. Make sure to watch my previous video, which was Your Name, and I'll put that in the description box below. And make sure to check out my Instagram and my Twitter, which is in my YouTube header. Great places. So guys, I hope you're staying safe. I will be in this weird background. I know it's a bit shit, but you know, I'm never about the background, although I do miss the clock. Yeah, so make sure to stay safe, stay COVID negative, and I will see you soon.